summary of the lessons that we've covered from the Law of Success of Napoleon Hill, the first 7 lessons, and then I'll move on to the next lesson, lesson 8, which is about self-control. I'll tell you a bit more about that and how that can benefit you in your life. And then finally I'll tell you a bit more about some of the books that I've written. So by the end of this little talk, you'll have a pretty good idea of what I've been up to and how you can use these laws of success to help you become more successful in your life. The books that I've been reading, The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, it's a couple of volumes. As you can see, they're pretty thick, so there's a lot of reading there. I've actually finished both of them now, but it's a fascinating read. So if you're interested in becoming successful, I can't recommend these books more. So it's The Law of Success in 16 Lessons by Napoleon Hill. Just to summarize the first 7 lessons, the first one was about the mastermind. Now Napoleon Hill claims that that's about the only thing new that he brought to the information. Everything else he really got from other people, other successful people around him in the world at the time. People like Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, and the people of that same time. Now the first law, I suppose, which is in the second lesson, is to have a definite aim. I talked about that in some previous posts. The second one is self-confidence. So once you've figured out your definite aim, you work out, you really need to have self-confidence to be able to go for it and to really stick to that definite aim that you've set for yourself. The next one is really interesting because it's called the habit of saving. And his argument is that if you don't have any money saved up, basically you can't jump on opportunities when they come your way. So it's critical to have that habit of saving so that you can build up a bit of a nest egg that you can use for investment or for new products or businesses a bit later on in your life when the opportunity comes up. The fourth principle or law is the law of initiative and leadership. So basically what he's saying is that really, if you want to be at the top of your field in any sort of an industry, you've got to think about, do you want to be a leader or do you want to be a follower? And the way to be a leader is to take initiative. So he goes into that in a lot of detail. The next one is to have imagination. If you think about it, if you want to create anything new, you've got to have incredible imagination. And it was Einstein who said something along the lines of that imagination is more valuable than knowledge. And this is from one of the most intelligent people who ever walked this planet. So there's definitely something in there. So imagination is more important than knowledge. So just think about that for a while. Okay, and then the sixth law is enthusiasm. And inside this law he talks about the power of suggestion and how you can, through your enthusiasm, suggest make suggestions on people's minds to make them more susceptible to your ideas and to help you in essence sell your product or service that you've got available. Now this brings us to the second thing I want to talk about, which is lesson 8 which is the 7th law of success, which is about self-control. Now he starts off with a quote saying that how to become the master of your fate, the captain of your soul. This is really what the chapter is about, and self-control. And this is all about self-control. It's all inside of your mind. This whole book is about psychology and everything that goes on inside of your mind. And so he talks about self-control as one of these critical things that you need to be if you want to be successful. If you think about it, if you can't have self-control to focus yourself, to sit in front of the computer or to sit down and make a plan or to work on a specific task for a prolonged period of time, you're not going to have that success. I mean, success doesn't come by itself. You need to actually have that self-discipline to take charge and to stick with something and to keep on doing it. Now he talks about something that seems quite unrelated, which is called the law of retaliation. And he says about it, it's where he talks about an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. If you punch someone in the face, it's likely that they'd want to punch you back in the face. So that's the negative side of the law of retaliation, and of course he doesn't promote that side of it, but what he does promote is the opposite side. And this is something quite interesting that I haven't come across before, and this is written in 1924, 1928, is the other side of the law of retaliation. So in other words, if you do a kind deed to someone, that deed will be done back to you perhaps not from that same person, but down the line from someone somewhere. And he even gives a suggestion to, from now on, set aside an hour a day where you simply do something good for someone at some stage during the day, and don't expect any sort of payment or any sort of reward for it. You simply just do it out of the love of your heart, because what he says is that it doesn't actually matter about the other people what it does for them, but what it does for you is what is important, because it's a form of self-suggestion where it helps you become more giving, it has a dramatic effect on yourself and how you deal with people. If you think about it, if you keep on doing that, if you keep on providing free service, a little bit every day, you're going to build a reputation of someone who's an expert at what you're doing, and who's not scared to talk about it or to give it away. So that's just one tremendous application of the law of retaliation. So just coming to the final point, that the books are, so just once again, these books, I'm not sure if you can get them in the shops. I was really lucky. This was the last one in the shop that I could find here in Brisbane, Australia, but they've just printed these after many years that it's gone out of print. But I know that you can find it on the internet as well if you do a search for The Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, and check it out. See if you can get a copy and read it. It's a lot of reading, but it's he said he wrote it for 17 years old and up. So it's really it's very easy to read and very easy to absorb, even though it was written way back in whatever it was, 1928. Now, the couple of books that I've written myself that I just wanted to tell you about is that the first one was Millionaire Dropout Secrets, and it's really in a way a story about myself, about dropping out of the system that I was in and then having to make a success of that. And it really just goes through first of all, how to find your passion, and once you figure that out, how to what do you do with it, and how to turn that into an economic positive. So that's a book. It's currently being read in over 70 countries, and I've had a tremendous response from people, and that it's helped people in their lives. It's a pretty cool marketing chapter in here that shows you 7 different areas that you can improve on in your business that could skyrocket your business over a very short period of time if you implement these strategies in a systematic way. Now, the other book that I've written is called Truckloads of Leads. It's only a short little book. It's only about 77 pages long. But this book is really just focused on generating leads for your business. So if you're interested in getting more leads, this is Truckloads of Leads that you can find at truckloadsofleads.com. And it really just gives you 24 different lead generation strategies that you can implement in your business so that you can get more customers and, well, in essence, more business. So you can. There's some free stuff. You can get the first 3 chapters of this Millionaire Dropout Secrets for free on my website, millionairedropoutsecrets.com. And this one, there's actually a 5-week or 5. Not sure if it's weeks, but at least 5 different emails that you'll get of free lead generation strategies that you can start using immediately in your business. So that's pretty much it. That wraps it up. I'm going to try and do a few more of these video presentations. If you've liked this one, make a comment at the bottom of this post and tell me what you thought about it, and also tell me what sort of things do you want to learn about, and I'll try and cover those in the future presentations or posts to come. Thank you very much.